Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Chris, and you are listening to Tales from the Tarheel State. All right, what's going on this morning? It's Monday, and I was going to try to get this out a little bit earlier today, but I did not get it in time for your morning commute. If you like to listen to this on your morning commute, I don't know. A lot of people do like to listen to stuff while they're in their car, listen to podcasts and shit. So, if you are listening to this, maybe you're listening on your way home. So if you are, thanks for listening. And what's up? Thanks for the kind words last week on Facebook. Appreciating the podcast. Thanks, Will. I see you out there, my brother. And I hope you're doing well. Laura, Kim, hope everybody's good. So anyway. Thanks, everybody, and so here we go. March Madness is in full motherfucking effect. And watching the Tar Heels play Baylor, I figured out why they call it March Madness. And they call it that because the refs have lost their goddamn minds when fucking tournament time gets here. What in the hell was going on in that game? Can someone please explain that shit to me? It was some of the worst officiating I've ever seen. The one call where... They had to reverse it because they reviewed it, and my man is standing there on the out of bounds line, staring right at the play. It goes right out of the hands of homeboy for Baylor, and he called it out off Carolina. It's like, and just unfucking believable. I mean, some of the shit you see sometimes, it's kind of hard for me to wrap my mind around. It's like, what the fuck just happened right there? But yeah, at least the Tar Heels pulled it out, man. Holy shit. That kid with the fucking pink hair, Tanya was calling him fucking Cisco. And that shit was cracking me up. And so I saw somebody commented calling him a fake-ass Dennis Rodman. But yeah, that kid was looking for trouble. Tanya called it early on in the game. She goes, you better watch that kid. He is looking for trouble. And I was like, oh yeah, he's looking. It was unbelievable. That kid was involved with almost every one of those fucked up calls. And, I mean, come on, man. How can you not see that shit? I mean, you have to be fucking blind. Ray Charles could see that shit from the grave. You know what I'm saying? He blind and dead. He could have seen that shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. Come on now. Oh, my God. So, yeah, Duke won. I was watching SportsCenter this morning, but I didn't actually see all the results of all the games. But at any rate, yeah, March fucking Madness. Yeah, the refs have lost their fucking minds. I don't know what games they're watching sometimes. They really fucking blow me away. And can I just say that the ball in t-shirts fucking crack me up. Ball in. Why don't you just say balls deep? I mean, come on, man. Ain't that what we're balls deep in this motherfucking game, y'all. Come on now. Fucking hilarious. Ball in. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, happy Monday, y'all. This is a happy Zappa Monday, my friends. I was listening to a little Zappa this morning, and I'll talk about him a little bit later in this episode. Frank Zappa, that is, not Dweezil, not Amet, not Moon Unit, not Diva. But, Frank himself. And, he was a complicated person like we all are. And, talk about that a little bit. So what's going on in my world, man? I sold my fucking truck. Trying to get down to just having one car payment since I'm not working. Can't afford to be paying for two vehicle payments, even though my payment was small. It's just one less bill to have to worry about. So sold the truck, paid off what left I still had on it, and I'm going to put some money in the bank, and been searching for something online for about a week or so now. Trying to find something decent for a decent price, which has been really difficult. So I'm going to go look at a car tomorrow up in Virginia. And, all the way in Virginia, that's right. Up in the mountains. Roanoke. So I'm driving all the way up there to look at a 1981 Toyota tomorrow. Isn't that crazy? but it's called a Toyota Celica Sun Chaser. So in the early 80s, they didn't allow convertibles in the United States. They didn't allow you to import one. They didn't allow American cars to make one. I think that was Ralph Nader. A result of all the stuff with like the Pintos and shit that were blowing up in the 70s because the gas tank was right in the back and there was nothing stopping you from running over the gas tank, creating a spark, hot motor, hot exhaust, poof, fire. Same with like the old Chevy trucks. There was issue with that. I think Fords did too, but I know Chevys did. I think Fords did too. I'm pretty positive they did. They had the gas tank behind the seat in the cab. So, I mean, Jesus Christ, you get T-boned and you're in a fucking ball of gas fire. And I'm pretty sure nobody wants that. The Faces of Death videos I've seen, motherfuckers light themselves on fire. They find out real quick they are not a fucking Tibetan monk, and they get the fuck out of there, and it looks horrible. And I saw that shit one time, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with people watching this kind of shit? No desire to watch that kind of suffering and fucking mental illness. What the fuck, man? But seriously, I did sell the truck, and I'm going to look at an 81 Toyota Celica Sun Chaser. And I'm going tomorrow morning. I'm so fucking excited I could barely sleep last night. So it was originally just a little coupe car, but what the Sun Chaser is, they brought them to America. They did 2,000 of them out in California by this company called Griffith, and they turned them into semi-convertible. What they did is they put a Porsche Target top on it, which is fucking awesome. As I was a kid, that was like my dream car was to have a Porsche, and this car kind of looks like a 914. The closest thing I'll ever be able to afford. But this one has been, the interior looks like brand new. It's got all new carpet and everything in it. Looks really nice. It's got a rebuilt motor in it. The 22R, which is like a classic Toyota motor. It's got a big Weber carburetor on it. It's got headers on it. It's 5-speed, so it should run really good and drive really fucking good. It's bright yellow. It's a real pretty little car. If I can get him to come off the price of what he's asking, and I've been looking online, and I found the car listed all the way back in 2020 from the same man. So he's ready to sell it. He told me to bring cash. So he's a motivated seller. He's got a kid just going away to college. So I'm really excited about the opportunity to own this car because if I ever do have to sell it someday, I'm sure it'll be worth more than I'm going to pay for it. Because they don't make cars like that anymore. It's rear-wheel drive. It's a 5-speed. It's, it only weighs about 2,000 pounds. And this motor is supposedly a little bit hot, so it's been bored out just one over, 30 thousandths over. And I didn't see any hot coil or anything on it, so it looks like it even, a couple little other things that could be done to it. But I have to see how it runs first. I mean, if it runs great, everything. I mean, the AC doesn't work. Power steering pump leaks a little bit, he said, so both those need to be replaced. That's about $500 just for those two parts. I should be able to replace all that shit myself. I worked on those little cars a little bit back in the day. My dad had one, and they're pretty. Everything's real easy to get to. There's no computers and shit like that. And yeah, it's pretty. It's a pretty little car, man. And it'd be the closest thing I can do to a motorcycle because my hips and back are just fucked. And I would love to be able to have a motorcycle at some point. And it's just no fucking way I'm going to be able to ride one. And this is fairly close to being in a motorcycle. It's a little 4-cylinder, the car weighs 2,000 pounds. And it's probably got about 120 horsepower. So it'd be like riding a fucking nice, fast motorcycle, except, you're actually strapped in and you got a little bit of metal around you. Not a lot of metal, but a lot more metal than you got around on a fucking motorcycle. So I'm real excited about that possibility. And if nothing else, me and Tanya will get to drive her little Honda for a nice ride up into Roanoke if I don't buy the car. So we'll see. Checking it out tomorrow, man. Real excited. And been checking into this application for disability, seeing if I even come close to qualifying for this stuff. And from all the research I've done, it certainly appears that I do. I have quite a few ailments, and I don't know how many you have to have, but I have quite a few that I'm being treated for. And, back, apparently I have multi-level in-plate sclerosis and osteophytes. And that means I have multi-level what's the fucking word? What's the term? Let me look back in my notes here. Multi-level degenerative disc disease is what that's called, and osteophytosis is bone spurs up and down my spine, which apparently you're not really supposed to get till after you're about 60, but, you know, I've done a lot of hard physical labor in my life, and I've always been a big boy, so toting around too much ass and then throwing a lot of heavy shit on my shoulders. I mean, hell, there have been times when I've thrown 100 pounds on each shoulder when I was blasting and stuff, and do that shit repeatedly throughout the day. We put a bunch of men together working hard, they start trying to outdo each other, and it's just kind of, you know, that fucking, what is it, what Andy Savoy say, Bull Durham, I just love male bonding, even if it is probably latent homosexuality rechanneled, but I'm all for rechanneling, so who cares, right? Oh, Andy Savoy, Bull Durham, fucking great movie. If you don't like that movie, go back and watch it again. It's fucking so good. And if you live in Durham or from around here, you get to see all those old areas downtown Durham. God, I love that movie. So much fun, and she's just casually smoking pot in it without ever mentioning it. Nobody, you know, it's like just a normal thing you do. And I just love that about that movie, and so many funny lines, and you know, it's a love story. You got the strong female lead. She's the narrator. It's not Kevin Costner. Annie Savoy's the lead of that movie. And so, yeah, it's such a good movie. So many good one-liners. And so, yeah, going to be, I'm trying to kind of be positive about this selling the truck, getting this other vehicle thing. You know, I don't really need the truck. I'm not going to be out driving in fucking snowstorms, and I'm not going to be doing a bunch of physical work no more because I just can't do it. I do good just to do the stuff around the house here that needs doing. I need to finish building this garden bed. I'm trying my best. To be honest, it's kicking my ass fucking shoveling dirt and fucking pushing a wheelbarrow. There's no way I can do that shit for a living anymore. It's absurd. I don't know how I did it as long as I did, to be honest with you. So, yeah, trying to stay positive about that. Trying to look at it like it's early retirement until I can get onto my Social Security, which is essentially the same thing. I think one's Medicare, one's Medicaid. I don't know how that works exactly, but, you know, it's the shit I've been paying in all my life working. So my therapist has been after me a long time to go to see the doctor about all the pain and stuff that I'm always bitching to her about being in and how hard it is to continue to work. And she's been after me for several years to do something about it, and I've been putting it off and trying to continue to work and do the best I can. And, you know, I kind of changed doing construction into working in the kitchen and stuff again. And that's, you know, not easy on your back either, standing on concrete all day. It's been killing me. And then having to deal with people all the time, and people are just don't have respect for each other anymore. And I don't know how to deal with that shit at work anymore, apparently, because I got fired. So yeah, my therapist is like, yeah, you need to try to apply for disability, Chris. You know, I hope you're okay with trying to do that, but I feel like that's what you should do. So that's what I'm going to do. And try to be positive about all of it. And no need to dwell on it because I do that enough on my own. But so anyways, yeah, the UFC was kick-ass this weekend. I know some of my friends out there don't want to hear about sports, so we're not going to talk about that much, but it was kick-ass, and they were in England. And most all the English guys won except for one of them. And congrats to those cats. So, yeah, let's see here. Yeah, Frank Zappa, man. I don't know how many of y'all have listened to Frank Zappa. I'm assuming most of my friends have that are listening to this. Any people out there listening to this that I don't know me personally. I love music. And a lot of my friends are musicians or artists of some sort. And so, yeah, Frank Zappa, man. I turned on a friend of mine, Paul, a long time ago. He blames me for his infatuation or obsession with Zappa, and that's all right. But, yeah, he was a complicated guy. I read a book of his. I think maybe it was Victor Bacchus. I don't know. That might be a Keith Richards book I read. At any rate, he, wasn't the best father. He wasn't a good husband. And, he was just kind of an asshole in general. The lyrics he wrote were funny, he said, to get morons like most of us people to listen to his music because we were too fucking stupid to really understand what he was doing musically. And, that's kind of a dick thing to say, especially about your fans that allow you to live the lifestyle you want to live or whatever it is that you do. I would never imagine taking that perspective with people that like my stuff. So yeah, he was all about doing weird time signatures and shit. I think it was Varese was one of his favorite composers. Varese, Varesse or S-E, I don't know, something like that. I think he was French maybe, or maybe Italian, Varese. Probably Italian, I don't fucking know. I've tried to listen to some of the music before, and I thought it was unlistenable. I mean, it's just so fucking weird, and it's not my cup of tea at all, and I like a lot of different kinds of music, but I couldn't get into that shit, man. I don't know how anybody would or could. I guess you just have to have a weird-ass brain. Your mind has to work in a certain way, I suppose. Like, I like Tool in small doses, but I do really like it when I'm in the mood for it. Like that most recent album I thought was killer, especially if you turn that shit up loud. You know, like The Cure and shit. Like inside of a Cure show, it says, listen to this music loud. Some music is meant to be listened to loud, and it sounds better that way. So I think Tool is one of those bands. And but they do shit in weird time signatures and everything. And so, you know, I guess if you're a fucking super music genius, that's what you have to do to entertain yourself with it. Otherwise, it becomes too repetitive. It's just over and over the same patterns, and you know that can be. I can understand that. Maybe that's why I've always liked singing better than anything else. I like the drums. Drums I do like, but I've never been able to fucking keep time for any length of time. I mean, my fucking hand is going numb just sitting here, which has been going on for about 25 years at least. Shit, I can't hold the phone without my fucking hands going numb. So anyways, yeah, Frank was a fucking complicated dude. You know, like I said, kind of an asshole, but I think a very underrated guitarist. One of the baddest motherfuckers, you know, without a lot of effects and shit, and just crushing that fucking guitar, man. And thank goodness Dweezil plays it now. I'm glad Dweezil got that guitar. That was that SG that Frank played that was fucking badass. Some people don't like the SG. I like the SG. You know, Tony Iommi, Angus Young, you know, man, Frankie Hannon from Tesla. He was an SG man too, still is, I believe. But those are all Gibsons, by the way, in case you don't know shit about music or guitars. I'll throw that out there at you. But yeah, it's important to try. I try to separate. Like Zappa was, you know, I liked some of his things he had to say, but some of the shit he said I didn't really care for. Especially the way he treated his kids and stuff, according to them. And I'm apt to believe the kids' perspective on that. Especially since his musicians say he was never probably around much. When he was apparently fucking groupies and shit at the house. And, but, you know, I try to separate that shit. Like Ted Nugent, I can't stand that motherfucker. You know, he gets on my nerves. And, I mean, you know, hunting's cool and shit if you're eating what you kill. But, you know, he's just over the top. The spirit, blah, 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 it just seems a little over the top for me, and like it's for show, and I don't like that shit. And, but I have to still say that Stranglehold is the shit. You turn that shit up loud, if you don't fucking like that, you're fucking not alive, man. And I like that fucking kind of aggressive guitar rock. Cause I'm a fucking toxic male motherfucker. Toxic male bitches. Got that right. Sometimes I'm toxic. But I'm gonna get a little sports car like a little gay boy. Cause, you know, I like the queers too. I love everybody. Come on, y'all. Can't we all get along? Come on, everybody. Let's just stop being so fucking separated. Just love each other. God damn it, it's not that hard. We're all fucked up. Everybody's fucked up in some ways or other. Nobody's perfect, you know. Come on, everybody. But listen to some fucking Zappa. That shit is fucking funny, and the music is ridiculous. You know, for you beginners, you know, you're gonna want to listen to like Apostrophe, Overnight Sensation. That's the easiest thing for you to get in on. And then after that, you know, if you're really into it, you can dig some Joe's Garage. That's a big double album. Hot Rats. That was a buddy of mine in high school, Simon's favorite. And, you know, Shake Your Booty is good. And I mean, there's so many. There's so many good ones. Shut Up and Play Your Guitar. That's another double with Zappa just playing, not so much of his silly lyrics and shit. So yeah, I mean, get out there and listen to some fucking Zappa, man, if you haven't ever. Expand your fucking mind, Craig. You know, it's fucking Monday. You ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do. So fucking get high and, you know, put on Stranglehold and forget that fucking Ted Nugent is a total douchebag and just listen to that goddamn guitar real loud in your car and tell me that shit ain't badass on a big ass fucking hollow body goddamn Gibson. Are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. Let's see anybody else pick that shit up and make it sound like that. Not everybody can do that shit, you know. Not everybody can pull that shit off, man, even though he's a fucking dingleberry. That's right, I called him a fucking dingleberry. And if you can't laugh at that word, then you have no sense of humor, because dingleberry is a funny motherfucking word. That shit's funny as fuck. And just thinking about a dingleberry will make you laugh. And if that shit don't make you laugh, maybe you need a dingleberry pie. Because, you know, they only grow on certain bushes. And you should check those out. If you don't know what those are, look into it. Google dingleberry bush and see what comes up. And but don't blame me if something horrible comes up. I'm just talking shit here. I'm trying to get a laugh here. Nothing else. I'm making myself laugh. And this is episode number 23, I believe. And let's not forget Michael Jordan was a Tar Heel, the greatest basketball player that ever lived. And what else is happening? Oh, I'm going to call DreamWorks in Roxborough today. They're famous for body work and car stuff. And I'm going to make an appointment to get the windows tinted on Tanya's little white car, because she wants the fucking windows tinted on it. So I'm going to get the best tint that keeps the fucking heat and everything out of it for her little Honda car. And, yeah, we'll see if I pick up a little yellow Toyota car tomorrow. You know, if it runs great, drives great, and everything like he says, and if it'll come off the price a little bit because things are wrong with it, and he's had it a long time. Oh, excuse me. Then I'm probably going to have that motherfucker and drive it back from Roanoke tomorrow. Be a beautiful day, a spring day. Drop the fucking top, drive it home, and if it breaks down, I got AAA. And ain't but so many things can go wrong unless the motor blows up. If that happens, shit, to fucking get a rebuilt motor for it, it still ain't very expensive. It's not like some other vehicles. It's some four-cylinder, goddamn. Ain't that hard to take them in and out either with a little cherry picker. So it ain't like doing no big V8s and shit like I had to do for my daddy all them years. Fucking kicking my ass, fucking hurting me, dropping cars on top of me and shit. Craziness. Anyway, love you guys. Thanks for listening. And I'll probably try to get in here again before the weekend's out. Tar Heels play, I think, Friday against UCLA. The motherfucking Bruins. It's two, all-time great teams. And hopefully the Tar Heels can pull it out. If Manic can keep from getting ejected for the phantom elbows, like the phantom right hand from Muhammad Ali to Sonny Liston. If none of y'all know nothing about that, go fucking watch some boxing history and look up fucking Muhammad Ali. You nerd dorks. Come on now. All right, anyways, love you guys. Just kidding around. And I'll talk to y'all later.